Hello, brothers and sisters. Today is September 15th, 2019. And a few days ago, I reshared a dream that I had a long time ago. And in the dream, I just saw the inside of a car and where the kind of the area of the car odometer is. I saw S14. And it was also, I forgot to mention, it was in the color of fluorescent green. And then I also shared how I was working on a client a long time ago, and I had a couple little candles burning, and all of a sudden I just heard really loudly in my spirit and very seriously, 7:15. And then this candle blew out and smoked for a really long time, and I've never forgotten either one of them. And we see through the glass dimly, but I'm sure all of you know by now, like, what happened yesterday on the 14th. And then I just heard about this on the 15th today, which is the 7th month and 15th day. So I'm just going to read this article to you guys. And I just felt that it's important to share this with you all if you haven't heard about it. So this is from the Times of Israel. Iranian general says country ready for full-fledged war with U.S. Amir Ali Hajizadeh warns that American bases up to 2,000 kilometers away are within the range of our missiles after Washington blamed Tehran for Houthi attack on Saudi oil. I also wanted to mention, before I read more, a while back, I think it was the beginning of June, I mentioned several times also a dream that I had a long time ago. And then one night I was asking the Lord about this dream. And in the dream, basically, I saw a breaking news report on a TV screen. And I saw like a fireman in a winter setting. It seemed like it was either snow or white ash. And he looked really traumatized, this fireman did. And at the bottom of the TV screen, I saw the word landings, and then I saw the number 125. And, well, several months ago, I was asking the Lord about it. I said, well, Lord, who's responsible for this, what I saw in that dream? And then I had a vision of someone I knew a long time ago that I haven't seen in like 20 years. And he was in a motorcycle gang called the Outlaws, and his name was Rebel. And shortly after I had that vision, Brother Todd from the It Is Finished channel had a vision, or I think he had a word of knowledge upon awakening or something, and he heard Houthi rebels. So I'm going to continue to read this now. This is just unbelievable. We are seriously about to be caught up and be with Jesus, brothers and sisters. A top Iranian commander warned on Sunday that Tehran was prepared for an all-out war with the United States and said his country could launch advanced missiles at U.S. bases and aircraft carriers within a range of 2,000 kilometers. The statement appeared to be a response to Washington casting blame on Iran Saturday, the 14th, after Yemen's Houthi rebels launched drone attacks on the world's largest oil processing facility in Saudi Arabia and a major oil field, sparking huge fires at a vulnerable choke point for global energy supplies. Saudi Arabia's energy minister said the kingdom was temporarily halting production at 2 Aramco oil facilities that were attacked by the Yemeni rebels, interrupting about half of the company's total output. The Iranian-backed Houthis, who hold Yemen's capital, Sana'a, and other territory in the Arab world's poorest country, took responsibility for the attacks in the war against a Saudi-led coalition that has fought since 2015 to reinstate the internationally recognized Yemeni government. but the U.S. blamed Iran, with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo tweeting, "There is no evidence the attacks came from Yemen." Iran has now launched an unprecedented attack on the world's energy supply, Pompeo added. On Sunday, the commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards Aerospace Force, Amir Ali Hajizadeh, was quoted by the semi-official Tasnim news agency as saying, "Everybody should know that all American bases and their aircraft carriers in a distance of up to 2,000 kilometers around Iran are within the range of our missiles," according to Reuters. And I'm wondering also, brothers and sisters, if this is what the Lord meant by the word he gave me, supersonic. Iran has always been ready for a full-fledged war, Hajizadeh added, without directly mentioning the attacks in Saudi Arabia. Also on Sunday, Iran's foreign ministry dismissed the U.S. accusations as meaningless, suggesting they were a pretext to retaliate against the Islamic Republic. Such fruitless and blind accusations and remarks are incomprehensible and meaningless, ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi was quoted as saying in a statement. The allegations over Saturday's strikes were meant to justify future actions against Iran, he added. The drone attacks affected up to half of the supplies from the world's largest exporter of oil. Though the output should be restored within days, multiple news outlets reported, citing unidentified sources. It was unclear whether anyone was injured at the Abqaiq oil processing facility and the Khurais oil field. The attacks followed weeks of similar drone attacks on the kingdom's oil infrastructure, but none of the earlier strikes appeared to have caused the same amount of damage. The attacks likely will further increase tensions across the Persian Gulf amid an escalating crisis between the U.S. and Iran over its unraveling nuclear deal with world powers. Iran has stepped up its verbal attacks on the United States in reaction to President Donald Trump nixing the 2015 nuclear deal and ramping up economic sanctions against the Islamic Republic, which have hobbled its economy. Nevertheless, there has been talk of a potential meeting between Trump and his Iranian counterpart Hassan Rouhani. My little dog Grace is having a puppy dream. I don't know if you guys could hear her. Anyway, I also had a vision a very long time ago of seeing the same man, Hassan Rouhani, and he was dressed in all black. And then I saw him lift up a big black sheet off of a missile, and he was smiling with a kind of sneaky smile. So, although the latter has said bilateral talks with the U.S. are useless unless sanctions are lifted first. While Trump has said he is ready for a meetup with no preconditions, U.S. Treasury Chief Steve Mnuchin said Thursday that such a meeting was not yet in the cards. So, I just wanted to read that to you all. I really think this is it, brothers and sisters. And then we also have on the 25th through the 27th, I believe, everything that's going on in Israel with the Noahide laws and all that stuff. I really believe that's the covenant with many. And all this is happening and coming to pass so quickly, we know that our redemption is extremely nigh. So keep looking up, brothers and sisters. We're almost home. I love you all. Hold fast.